Afternoon, Shaggy SoCal Tool for Forza, and time for Track Guide 2 for this upcoming week of Thursday Night Thunder. We'll move from Sunset Peninsula on the club circuit, then we're going to actually do a race on the Speedway. Um, so I'm just actually I don't know if a slow track walk is going to be very beneficial, so I'm just going to go out and run some laps here and test drive and I'm actually going to do it on hard tires to kind of do some prep here, or at least talk about what you might look at Sunset Peninsula Raceway as being. I mean, this was, I believe this was Forza's kind of fantasy track answer for Daytona when they didn't have the license to actually have Daytona in the game. So uh, you might look at it and look at it on the map and like, oh, it's a Daytona clone, kind of, but not really. It's got its own unique features, quirks and features, as Doug Demiro would put it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go out and run some laps and talk about the key things to be careful of here. Then again, I'll probably do well, not probably. I will do a test racing simulation just to kind of get a feel for what the race length would be like, and have some traffic that hopefully sets up some situations to practice my questionable racecraft. So let's go ahead and just let's get this test drive started. Usually I would do these on mediums, but I think for this one I'm going to run it on the hard tire compound. Um, just to give a little more durability, but then also if I there are certain things that I can do full throttle on the hard tires, then I should be able to do it on the softer compounds. So the unique challenge with Sunset Peninsula is turns 1 and 4. It's you have an increasing radius turn here in 1, and it won't not apparent here, but the following lap at speed, the car it's going to be you're really not going to be able to hold the bottom like this. The car's going to walk up the track. Maybe on the softer compounds it will, and I'll experiment with that in the race. And then at the opposite end, turn 4, it's a decreasing radius turn. On the hard tires, you can hold it flat. So let's actually demonstrate that. I'm just going to hold the inside as best I can and turn. The hard part and the quirk here is I'm still turning and the track starts to flatten out, so you don't get any help on the exit, and if you don't get it right, you will smack that outside wall very easily. So turn here at the palm tree. Still foot to the floor. The car's going to start to walk up the track a little bit. That's fine. Unwind the wheel. And at this point, usually, again in traffic, the predictable thing to do is if the car walks up the track to mid-track, just straighten it out. Keep it in the middle. Someone might be taking a look. It's just nature of the business. You want to be as predictable as possible on the oval. 2, and then turn down. Late apex there. All right, let me talk about what I'm looking for. So I come down the front straight. After I get past pit lane, you're going to see 2 palm trees at the end here. When I get to that second, those palm trees, that's when I'm going to start my turn in. Might lift the throttle a little bit. Essentially, I'm not going to be able to hold bottom on the hard tires. So, bring it up. Hopefully, if I do it right, bring it up to that, you'll see the square patches of newer pavement. Probably treat the backstretch like an apex, but bring the car back out about mid-track. And at this point, I'm starting to count light poles on the outside. 1, 2, and then the third one. Really turn down. Unwind the wheel, and then try to have it straight, parallel with the wall as I get to where the grandstands start. So let's try this again. Turn down in. The apex, the car's going to walk up the track a little bit. That's fine. Not really changing my steering that much because I want to try and preserve the tires. That wall on the outside. Up a little bit. Maybe not the third one, maybe the second. So follow the turn works 1 and 2. Up, I'm a little high. I'm gonna have to back out. Otherwise, smack. Do one more lap. Just breathe the throttle a little bit. And if the way's clear, I'm going to bring it back down to the inside. I can just keep it lit here for a little bit. It's a little too low. Come back up. Turn 1, 2, turn down. Unwind. And again, that's the other critical part is, you know, if I were to keep, let me actually demo this. I'm actually not going to unwind the wheel on the exit here. Turn it down. So normally we're in line. I'm going to leave it there. The car's going to start to come back down. Hard part there, if someone's taking a look, you're going to come down on them. So just be mindful of the surroundings. But then in turn 4 back onto the front stretch, let's not unwind the wheel and see what happens. So it's not snapping as much as I thought it would, but it is going to be a foot to the floor. But unlike Daytona, where you're not, the track's not flattening out on exit as much at Daytona, it does here. So it's just going to be one of those going into one. I'm going to be expecting cars to go high after they hit the apex, and the same thing going into 4 is just watching people to make sure, to see if they smack the wall on the exit of 4. Or if they get it wrong and they have to back out the throttle, can I hold the bottom enough to get a run and pass them? So there's not much. It is going to be one of those. It's just going to be very differing lines. And certainly, I'm doing this by myself. Who knows the intricacies when we start talking about drafting and how the draft works with us here. So with that, let's go ahead and quit this race and let's set up to do the mock race. So hang on, I just need to jot down that. And 43, let's do a 45. We'll go off 45 seconds for a lap. A lap count. Okay, that's a lot of laps. All right, let's go to advanced setup. Oh, no. Chevrolet. Do the oval car. Way. Okay. Oh, no, hang on. Let's load. The Indy one seemed to work pretty well. Hopefully it will do the same here. Okay, Speedway, Brickyard. We're gonna do 40 laps. Yeah, I think we're gonna be having sunset races at the ovals for the rest of the season. I could be wrong, but we'll do a sunset. Let's do random on the weather just to see what it gives us. All right, 8:23. Me, that's fine. Them, that's fine. This is just to make sure I start at the back. And 5, rolling. Grid ascending order. Nope, I'm going to put it in D. I'm going to put the fast guys up front. Mandatory pit stops. 3. Let's talk about pit strategy here. Go back to my notes. Where's my notepad? Notepad's there. Okay, so when I did tire testing on the controller, since that gives a little higher wear indication, Sunset Oval was very similar to the club circuit, 7, 10, and 13 for the soft, medium, and hard compounds. And then the percentages for the right front at the end of those laps was 64.8, 62.2, and 60.6. So again, it's probably one of those on the wheel. You might be able to eke out an extra lap or two depending on how smooth you are with the steering. So we're going to find that out. But in a 40 For the 40 lap race here, yeah, it's looking like it's a two-stopper. But we're going to find out how far I can actually go on the wheel, how far I can go on the hards. Because if it's anything like the previous one, I might be able to go, it was 13. I'm going to see if I can do another 16 laps. But 16, and even if it's going to be interesting. It might be 2 stints on the hard, though. I might do a hard and a medium and see how far I can go in both of those, and then we'll decide on the rest of it. But again, I'm talking more than driving, so let's get into the race. Oh, put it this way. What are the conditions? Drizzle? No. We'll re-roll for weather because I was set up. No, we need to do sunset. And Speedway. 40 laps, starting time sunset, rolling. I'll try again. I don't think we want to do drizzle. Let's try and keep it dry. That's better. I don't like seeing wet tires applied here, Forza. No. We don't race in the rain on the oval. Again. Third time's a charm. All right, we'll take cloudy. Our fuel and tire. Okay, so 40 laps. We'll need to refuel. So, we'll do is I'm going to actually set for 20 laps on the fuel because I don't know exactly how many laps I'm going to get on the tires. Oh, well. Yeah, we'll set it for 20 and we'll start in the hards and run them till I think I need to stop. Actually, the one other thing I want to check in the event setup that I just curious what I have the 62. I'm going to bump them up a little bit. Okay. Rate 62. Okay. Let's just go with that. Go ahead and start race. What I'm probably going to do is just back off a little bit on this first lap, just to let these guys sort themselves out. Passing all the cars that were much lower PI than I was. Ooh. Just confidence lifting the throttle a little bit since I'm trying to hold it high. And almost get into the wall. Barely in the draft. Well, the apexed early, had to get out of it. That's the hardest part for me to get with turn 4 is I want to try and apex as late as possible because it'll make it easier when the track flattens out. But I just having a problem seeing it. I'm gonna start looking. Try and time it off the lights here. 1, 2, 3. That seemed to work. I'm probably apexing there a little early, which is why the car walks up the track. So I need to work on that a little bit. So I'm going to have to give that position up, and I'm probably going to give a second one up here because I have to give up the bottom. So, especially when I'm forced high, and it's just going to put me in the wall. Let's try it at the last palm tree. Confidence lift in. Again, car still walks up the track a little bit. Yeah, so the apex, I want to try this again this lap, but it seems like the apex for 4 is about when the final, like, the track light on the outside goes out of view. And I'm way out of the group now. That. Interesting. Kind of one of those. I wish, like, during these races, you could kind of get an idea of what tires people are on. I know I'm on hard, so usually someone's coming up on me pretty quick from behind. Then I know it's like, yeah, they're probably in mediums or softs, but just even the cars ahead. Tire check, hopefully if I remember at the end of lap 10. little confidence lift actually helps. Again, it's that 4. Wow. It's a late turn in. Maybe lap 14, 15. That's that little bit of it, that little lift is just enough on the hards to get the fronts to keep the grip. Figured it out in one yet. It's minor. It's in the lap 12. So can I get to 14? Again, what I'm doing here is I'm turning in, turn, 2, 3, then I'm just doing a little lift there and then right back in. That's just enough to keep the fronts planted. Car doesn't start to push too much out to the wall. Still haven't figured out one yet. There's got to be a way on the turn in as far as how do we get that turn in right so that when the weight finally shifts onto that right front tire that it's got the grip it needs to kind of hold it there. Now I'm starting to turn them way too late. And of course, I think the tire's past, the tire's almost at 60%. So it might be able to get, I'm going to do a 15th lap just to see what it feels like. We'll pit for mediums and see how long they last. Oh yeah. Let's go back to the turning there, turning a little bit earlier. Get in for Sunset Peninsula. I think it really is just when you go to pit in, just get it to the bottom. And there we go. Alright, so that was 15 laps. Let's try the medium. Custom. Do math in my head. So 15, I only need 25. So I'm still a little short in fuel, but I'm gonna have to pit one more time anyway. All right, let's see how long these last. This one here, I'm gonna keep it on the apron as long as possible. We should probably talk about like that. Where should we rejoin at? down there somewhere, Melon. Probably a race that where having those proximity arrows on, along with the radar, is advisable. Oh, that's me not paying attention. Looking at the car in front of me and not exactly where I was at. Yeah, much easier to hold the bottom on the mediums. Okay, that's a dangerous move to try. So what I was thinking of doing is as I was drafting up, I'm like, all right, let me set up high and try a crossover. But that's twice now I'm trying to make that move out to the outside that it was right when it was starting to turn. And stay a little bit high. I'm going to back out of the throttle. This is why I practice. I can put myself in these kind of situations and see if I can find a way out. 60. I'm going to risk it. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to do 13 on this set, and then I know then I could probably do 12 then on the mediums to finish the race. So yeah. I want to get to lap 20. There's lap 28. Yeah, definitely want to have the proximity arrows on because I know there he is. Someone's on my low side. Okay, that's severe. That is 70%. Challenge here is if the guy behind me gets enough of a run, I want him to take the high side because I need to pit. I don't want to give up the bottom, but that's going to be very difficult. Thank you, driver tires, for being kind. Okay, so I just need 12 laps of fuel, so definitely medium. Just make sure I've got enough. Healthy pit crew. All right, let's try. I want to. I cut that a little close. It's a little early. Not sure which of those two cars in front of me is Melon. Just out of drafting range. Okay, well now I know which one Melon is. I could have done that that maneuver a little bit better. My gut feeling is this going to be kind of like Indy, where even though I have 2 mandatory pit stops, the AI decides it needs to do 3. So, you know what? I think just for sake of race, just do a 3rd pit as well, and then we'll see what things shake out. Don't need to worry about fuel. Because again, part of this for me is it's not so much just to be out hot lapping on my own. It's like I like to have a little bit of drafting, at least get an idea of what the car feels like in the draft with cars, at least hopefully a few cars that are as close to my pace as possible. That works. I think that's enough cars in front of me. Melon is definitely on soft tires. I think I'm catching Bobo, unless he gets majorly held up. Turning in early there. I'll eventually figure that one out. Copy that. lap. That's what I just said. Let's just try and hold the bottom. What that is on the medium tires. And you're going to scrub your tires a little bit more on the exit. You can even hear the RPM drops way down. So that's Sunset Peninsula Speedway. And 31:27. So yeah, I'm probably high on the lap count by what, maybe 1 or 2 laps. So it may be 38, 39. So but that'll do it for this track guide. Again, both races at Sunset Peninsula. I'm not sure which one. Like Indy, I was looking forward to the Brickyard Oval more than the road course. This one, I think I like the road course better than the oval here, because this one is just going to be, foot to the floor and don't hit the wall, and then see what the draft gives. But it wouldn't surprise me if we actually do, kind of set up more of a stage racing here, kind of like what we did at Daytona back with the V8 supercars, the Aussie supercars, where after so many laps everybody's kind of spread out. Let's bunch the field up, give everybody a chance to pit, and then fire it back up. So we'll see what happens on Thursday. Hope you all are having a good weekend, and happy racing. Oh yeah, again, I keep forgetting. I got to do the podium. I'm on the podium, so I don't get to do the Uber, celebratory. I at least come up and I get to clap my hands or something. Yeah, I get to clap my hands a little bit, and then there you go, Bobo. Very good. So that'll do it. Have a great weekend. See you on Thursday. Happy racing.